first ever Blind Surfer call-in show. We got Skylar, who apparently just decided to make herself at
Yeah.
home here. Steve wasn't actually going to be able to handle any of the equipment as was originally intended, so Steve is he's in training in the other room, working trying to figure out how to use the phone system. Banana is here, Brooks is here, and we're going to be talking to you guys. The phone is already. I have volume control here. Is it ringing? No, it was ringing a second ago.
Yeah, it was ringing.
Okay. So there are the phone number is in the description and is up here. I don't know how good people's eyeballs are, assumingly all better than mine. The phone number is 323-570-4906. It's written right.
back, you have to go back towards
Did I
Brooks.
miss it? Okay, it's called. All right, let's wait. Why are there so many happening at once?
There's two at once right now.
Well, let's hold on before we answer the phone calls. Ground rules: no swearing. You must be 18 years or older. You should have a question in hand, and no one is going to get more than 2 minutes. So if you get cut off, don't feel bad. We're just going to try and get through a lot of phone calls. But come with a question. If it's a Q&A thing, if it's something I've already answered in the past, I will either decide to or not to answer it. But I want to get to a lot of stuff. I want to hear from you guys. This is why I'm doing this today. We've got wired up all this equipment. I'm dying to hear what you guys have to say. If you need some advice, need some help in your life, I am not a trained therapist though, so we're not going to get into a therapy session. Simple questions, but let's see what people got. If I turn the volume back up, do we have someone ringing in already?
Yeah,
We do. Three?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Can you? Are they all going to ring on this? No.
All right, we're live with one.
All right, you are the very, 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 very first caller to the Blind Surfer Call-In Show.
Hello?
Hello. Who's this?
Are you Pete?
Yes, this is Pete.
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
Okay.
All right, next one.
It's a little bit broken
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
They're not all broken up like that.
Hey, hello. There,
Hello?
here's somebody. Hey, who's this?
Um,
Turn that down.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm just shocked.
You're
shocked.
shocked. Hey,
What's your name, Shocked?
Hey, shocked. Good to hear from you.
I'm 9 years old.
Oh, the first rule is 18 or over. Do you have a parent with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is your parent right there?
No, I'll go get.
Well, how about do you have a quick question you want to ask?
No,
Okay. Well, tell me your name.
Armando.
Armando. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it. If we had a guest, we don't have it. All right, next one. Hello. You are on the air. On the air. You're on YouTube.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, is that you, Pete?
It is. You sound capable of
Hey.
speaking English and putting sentences together. This is the start I was looking for.
All right. Well, my name is Donald McKelvey, and I was actually trying to start my own little channel soon, and, well, I need tips from a professional like you on how to start my own voice.
How to start your own voice or your own YouTube channel?
Well, both. Like, I'm looking on trying to become a professional
baby.
voice actor at some point. I know it's kind of hard to tell over a cell phone speaker, but I can get really deep.
Ooh.
Nice.
Women love it when you can get really deep. I would say
Hail to the
the
king,
first
baby.
the first piece of advice I give to anyone trying to get into voice acting is do not worry about the quality of your voice, the tone of it, the deepness of it, the timbre of it, any of that. Don't worry about any of it. The old style of voice acting back in the 90s where the biggest voice actors were all the guys that had the deep voices is kind of dead and gone. Now you're more interested in developing your acting skills. I came up in the time when it was really important to have the big deep voice, but if you watch TV right now and you watch the promos and the commercials, most of the people that you're hearing are just really good actors, independent of what they were born with for a voice. So I say acting classes.
That's great, you know, because like I think that like the acting part, like being in a character, is even more important than me being able to pull 10 octaves.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the most important character that you can get in voice acting is you. Develop who you are, because if you sound like someone else, they'll just hire that person. You need to figure out who you are.
Cool.
And real quick on the he's down on the YouTube channel, developing a YouTube channel, that is a total crapshoot. I put videos on the air for about a year and a half, and no one was watching any of them. But all of a sudden, I posted one that got some traction, and it's banana. It's like the lottery, right? It just,
Yeah.
yeah. You either get hit or you don't. But if you're gonna do a YouTube channel, the one piece of advice I give to everyone is make sure you're doing it something that you enjoy. I got to spend time on the beach surfing, making friends, spending time with her, and it's something I enjoyed because it'll eventually turn into a job, and you want to enjoy your job. So let's put the volume back up and see if we got someone else ringing back in.
Okay. Down.
Okay, you are on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm calling you from the other side of the world,
Whoa, which side?
and I'm here in Tel Aviv, Israel right now.
Wow, what's your name?
My name is Jonathan,
Jonathan.
and I'm calling to tell you my youngest sister, at age 32 years old, started surfing because of you.
Wow,
Nice.
that's great.
Yeah.
Does she
And-
does she have any visual issues, or she just decided to get into surfing?
She decided to get into surfing. You know, she
Inspired?
grew up and we grew up in such a hard times, and she started to get better. She saw your videos, and I also did too. I'm struggling through a lifetime of depression and stuff, and recovering every day. You know, it's something that I go through, but you know, and I'm 58 years old, and it's like, you know, it's yeah, I know it's many years between us, but it's like I've watched you because you're such an inspiration to the world, to me and to and to my sister, and I'm sure many of your listeners say the same thing. You have this heart of gold, wonderful laugh.
That's really
I
nice
don't
to
know
hear.
how much more I can give you. It's you helped me change myself for the better.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
wow.
that's really, really nice to hear.
It is amazing to hear. This is, you know, it's as I said in the preview video for this thing is I'm in the booth, which is about 10 feet away from me right now, and I'm the one doing all the talking, and the comments are nice, but it's really cool to hear people, especially that far away, and your part of the world is obviously going through a lot, and it sounds
Yeah.
like you are as well, and the fact that my silly videos have come into your life and helped put a smile on your face, hopefully, and your sister's face. What's the surf like in Tel Aviv? I was unaware there was a big surf culture there.
Yeah, we have the Mediterranean Sea over here, and we have quite a few people doing it. They do a small competition thing between 10 people. It's pretty small, but they go out there having fun. It's small waves, nothing big. But when they do travel the world, many people go to like Hawaii and stuff and try to conquer the big waves and stuff. So
That's great. I'm
Yeah.
really glad
Yeah,
that your
they-
sister got involved with it. I'm glad that the videos are helping, and really appreciate your call. I didn't have an 800 phone number, so your nickel to call in. I appreciate it.
yeah, no problem. It was worth it because just to hear your voice makes my day every day.
That's
Oh,
great.
that's
Thank you
nice.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling.
Hello, welcome to the Blind Surfer Call-In Show with Pete, Banana, and Brooks. Who's this? Oh, you gotta turn the phone down, cause you're on live. It's you.
Who are we talking to?
Yeah, who's this?
I'm Brennan.
Brennan.
Hello.
What's going on?
I saw this and I was excited because I was like, "This is the blind surfer guy." I was like, "This is really cool." And I just had like a couple questions.
Go ahead.
You did say on one of your videos that you shoot guns, right?
I have, yes. Yep.
How did you learn to shoot a gun?
I got a professional instructor who had been a lifetime, well, not lifetime, he didn't, like 2 years old, he wasn't shooting, but he'd been a coach for a long time. Since he was 20, we went to the gym together, and he knew, it was obvious, we went to the same gym, and he knew I couldn't see, and he actually got it in his head. He's like, how cool would it be if I could teach a blind guy, or a guy who's going blind, I hadn't lost all my eyesight at the time, if I could teach a guy that was going blind how to shoot. And we talked about it for a little bit, and one day he brought me to the range, and he had a gun collection. He had hundreds of guns for me to choose from, and we ended up shooting some 9mm, 45s, a Desert Eagle, and he taught me everything, because it was very important to be safe. safety first when you're shooting.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me stance, how to hold the gun, how to properly disassemble, reassemble a gun, and then the thing everybody is most interested in is just muscle memory. We went through a lot of ammunition, and he'd tell me I'm shooting high, I'm shooting low, I'm shooting right, and then when I started getting on target, that's when everything to me is muscle memory because I can't see and adjust. There is no hand-eye coordination for me. Surfing is muscle memory. Everything is. So once I started to realize what a bullseye felt like, then I just kind of replicated that again and again and again until I started getting pretty good at it. I feel like we lost Brennan. Did I hear him beep out? Or is he still there?
No, I'm
Oh,
here.
he's still there. And what was your
I'm
other
here.
question?
I know that it's cool to shoot a gun whenever you have your eyesight, but how cool is it whenever you can't see?
It was really fun. It's one of those, I've been doing so many more things ever since I lost my eyesight, as opposed to, I feel like I mean, my eyesight was always really bad. But when it really started to go away, that's when I started surfing, when I had like my last gasp of like, I can still see a little. And I really started doing more after I lost my eyesight, just because I felt like I wanted to push myself. And I do get a lot of joy out of those things, overcoming things I didn't think I'd be able to do. And shooting the gun was definitely one of those things that bring the target back, and my coach would count off. He's like, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 10 on target. And then I kind of feel the target, and a couple times I got the bullseye, a real good grouping of 3 in the bullseye. I got to feel that. It was pretty exciting. It was cool. He actually told me, and I don't even know if this is true, but he told me, he's like, we can't actually see the hole in the paper at the distance you're shooting. We shot at 50 yards, and he's like, I can't necessarily see unless I have a spotting scope. He's like, so it's kind of a surprise to me as well when we bring it back.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And the other stuff that you do is incredible, like the I think it was axe or knife throwing that you do, and
We had a competition.
surfing. I would not. Sorry.
We had a competition. It was me, Banana, Josh, and Danny. We all threw knives and axes, and that was all our first time. We'd never done it before.
Yeah, I was afraid to throw the axe, and then in the end, I was like, okay at it.
Were you afraid of me throwing the axe?
We got a lot of calls.
Oh,
coming
we
in.
got a lot of calls.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate. They're starting to stack up. I appreciate your calling. I very much appreciate the call. We'll move on to the next one, but thank you. Hello, you're on with Pete, Brooks, and Banana. Hello, if you can hear me, you're on YouTube.
Something's going on.
Oh, we have too many calls all at once.
It's not answering.
Did you put it in some sort of?
No. What the heck's going on? I think your computer froze, dude.
That's not great.
Yeah, that's not.
Is it actually frozen?
Yeah, I can't click anything. Wait.
There you go. Look at that. Hey, I can hear you. That was gonna be a quick way to end it.
Hi.
Hey, who's this?
I can hear you.
Hunter,
my
my
name
name
is
is
Nico,
not from Virginia,
Why is
USA.
it like four people at
Voice
once?
characters.
Oh.
I think we got
Is
it.
it
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, maybe everybody just pause here for a second while we figure out our technical difficulties.
Do we have like 9 people on at once, Brooks?
Is someone on?
Someone's there.
Yeah, I'm on right now.
Perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Oh man,
I
I
hear-
can hear like 4 people.
I hear 4 or 5 people.
Hold on.
Oh, it must be crazy.
People are getting cut off one by one.
I know,
I'm,
right?
I'm trying to figure this out.
We were just talking about shooting.
Your computer's like going really slow.
Oh, and now we're down to, we hear one more person, right?
Hello.
Just me?
Yep, I'm here.
There's
me.
Maybe
So-
you guys could just take turns.
Yeah, one person say your name.
All right.
Hello.
My name is Satan.
Holy crap,
Nice
that's
to
too
meet
many,
you,
Brooks.
Pete.
I know.
We unfortunately have like 27 people online all
and
at
your,
once.
and your computer is like.
we might have to ask people to hang
Goodness.
up. And then
We could restart the whole computer.
that would be crazy.
Are you just trying to find out,
I don't know how to.
are you making progress or do you want to restart?
You guys just want to talk one at a time?
All right,
We can
whoever
do
just
that.
said that, you
Yeah,
you
whoever
start with the
said
question.
you want to talk one at a time. Watch, that'll be the one that Brooks kills us. So are you slowly closing people out, Brooks, or no?
It's. I don't know if everyone's on at the same time or not.
Do you want
I'm
to
just
restart
trying
the
to
computer?
talk one at a time. We can take our turn.
Okay, go for it.
There,
Whoever just said
the
that.
first guy who took charge. You go.
Yeah, my name's
Hi.
Nico. It's nice to meet you, Pete.
I'm David.
What? One at a time.
So I have 3
I don't
questions
know.
for you, Pete, that I wrote down.
Okay.
All right, great.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the first thing is, how did you turn
hello?
what could be considered a negative blindness into a positive? Because you never like soap around about your blindness. It's always positive.
My name is.
Well, I'm gonna mute those. I did get the question. I'm putting everybody on mute as Brooks is trying to close these things out. Worst case scenario, we can restart the computer and Skype will restart once the computer restarts.
There's no indication of like
I mean,
who's on.
you can like Control Alt Delete and kill Skype and restart or something. But I can answer that question if
Yeah,
you want to
answer the
do you want to restart the whole computer, Brooks? Like go to Start menu, Power, Restart.
I should probably just close Skype. It's like.
Okay, so how about you answer the question about?
He said,
Yeah.
"How do I turn it into a positive?" It's a good question, and I'll make it last as long as Brooks takes to restart this thing.
Well, he has 3 questions.
I know. We'll see if he's still there at the end of it. But it is not a positive thing. Losing your eyesight is a really crappy thing, and I went through a lot of stages where it was kind of ruling my life, the negativity of it, and it was making me very upset. And I didn't really know how to cope with it or deal with it. It was just everything I used to do, I couldn't do anymore. I just kind of kept taking things away and taking things away and taking things away. One of the first things that helped was meeting someone, this banana over here, who was actually really supportive. I'd spent a lot of my life trying to hide it from people because they just kind of expected me to keep pushing through and moving on and not talking about it. And the things that I couldn't do anymore weren't their problem. You know, they're like, your problems aren't my problems, and I want to hear about it. And then I met Banana, who was like, I actually want to help. I want to understand, and I want to help.
The biggest thing, if I can chime in for
Yeah,
2
go
seconds,
ahead.
was him hiding it was not helpful at all. Just pushing through and kind of faking it, because then I wasn't learning. So, and then it's a degenerative, disease. So it was going to get worse. So I just needed him to be completely honest with me.
And then finding people like her and like Brooks and like Josh and like Nisha that were there to help. They were genuinely interested in helping me find experiences and do things and live my life, and they get joy out of helping me. Then I started finding that it was a positive thing. If I was surrounding myself in a positive circle with positive people and we could all do stuff together, that's when I started getting out and doing the adventures and meeting more people.
There should be someone on the line right now.
We got it down to 1.
Yeah, I'm on the line.
Hello.
I'm just
Hello?
listening. I'm a
Hello,
listener.
my name is George. How are you?
But
George, I
That-
want to hear
that's really
just George. If everybody
crazy.
else can be quiet for a minute, I want to hear what just George has to say. George, give me your question.
Well, okay. So I'm George from Port Angeles, Washington. Me and my girl have been watching you, and we've
my
been
name's not
so
George. My
inspired.
name's Nika.
We just recently, in the past couple of weeks, just started listening to your stuff, watching your stuff, and I have been so interested in incredibly everything you said. We're watching everything you put out regularly. I'm trying to learn how to be a voice actor, and like the challenges that you have overcome, even though I have my side, have blown me away.
Voice
It's
acting
just
is a
so exciting.
it is a voice acting is a business you have to be 100% in, especially these days. I get emails a fair amount where people tell me they're like, hey, I want to pick up some extra cash. Can I do a couple voice acting jobs? I'm like, oh, it's not really like that. It's kind of a 24-hour job, but if it's something that you're passionate about or you're interested in, and if it's something that you want to pursue, it's a pretty rewarding job. And when you start booking your first gigs, it's really fun knowing that you've been working hard on something and people are going to pay you to represent their brand or their company or their whatever they've got. I mean, I do love everything about the business. It's exciting to me to hear that you want to get into it.
Yeah, 100%. I've been trying to get into it. I've had so many people tell me about it. I mean, I can be like, in a world today where we don't know what happened, whatever, like, I just think it's incredible. And it makes me so happy. Me and my girl are walking around downtown Port Angeles right now having a beautiful time. And I was like, I can't miss this. I can't miss this. This guy has given me so much inspiration, and I don't know how he's done it. But just like me, what I'm doing right now personally is I haven't done anything to put it out yet, but I've been learning. And my only thing that I'm doing is going towards Fiverr.com. Can you point me in like some kind of direction at all? Like,
There's a
because
couple other
I-
websites. There's Voice123 and Voices.com, and they put out all sorts of auditions, and it's a good way for an unrepresented you don't have a manager or agent yet, you can get at least in the audition process, and if you're lucky, you can get some feedback on that. Let's I mute him real quick. Real quick, when I very first started getting into voiceovers, and I signed up for Voice 123, I was doing auditions, and it was a date. You and I had gone on one of our first dates, and I was having this great. I was just telling this story the other day to Brooks actually, and I was having this great day. And I was on top of the world, and someone from Voice 123 wrote to me, and he's like, "Stop sending in your auditions. You're terrible at voice acting. No one's ever gonna hire you." And the crappy feedback, it was crushing at the moment. I literally just almost wept at the gym. But the bad feedback you get, if I kept going, if no one told me anything, on one hand, the guy was the biggest jerk in America to write that letter. It's a jerky thing. But if I'd kept submitting and kept doing crappy work and never getting auditions and not understanding why,
maybe you probably, if you submitted it, you probably thought it was good.
I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing in the beginning. I had no idea, and then this guy just told me I was so bad that no one would ever hire me. I immediately stepped it up with all my coaches. I'm gonna give a plug to one of my favorite coaches of all time. Her name is Maurice Tobias. Marice Tobias, and she really got me out of what I was talking about earlier in this thing. Is I thought everything needed to sound like this, and she's like, "Stop!" She's like, "You're a race car, and you're just flooring it all the time." She's like, "You need to take it back and have some technique. You're just gonna drive yourself into a wall." Yeah, my voiceover.
Get bad feedback. Don't
my
worry about
voiceover.
it.
Yeah, you're gonna get bad feedback in the beginning, but you have to be going back to 2 things ago, taking a negative and turning it into a positive. Yeah, you have to take that feedback and be good with it. Let's see if we got.
All right, let's see if this
We
works
got someone else.
properly.
We got someone up
Someone
right now.
still
Actually,
on there?
yeah. Is this still George, or we got someone?
Hello?
Hello.
I'm on. I can
Hello?
see,
Hi.
There's still 5 people.
but I'm
Oh,
just
this is
waiting my
still
turn.
on.
You know?
All right, we're having a hard time concentrating for a second because of the technical stuff. So there's a kid on and there's an adult on, right?
Yes.
Who's
Okay.
the kid? I'm 20 years old.
Okay.
Let's
Well, you can start.
Let's go with the 20-year-old. What's your name?
My name's Nico. I asked the negative question, how you turn the blindness into a positive.
Right. You said you had 3 questions. What was? Give me number 2.
The 2. Okay. So what advice would you give your younger self?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. There's a lot of things that.
Can I
Yeah.
Can I
No.
piggyback
I'm
on this
curious.
question?
Yeah. Sure.
Would you change your approach? Like we were talking a few minutes ago about how you were really faking it, like faking being able to see.
Yeah.
Would you change that?
That was also a function of growing up when I did in the 90s and in Boston. And if you show growing up in Boston is like growing up in a prison. Like if you show weakness, you're gonna get shanked. So.
Boston is a lovely city.
Yeah, maybe it is now. I don't know. I haven't been in a while, but yeah, your weakness was going to get you taken out, and I felt like I just had to keep running with the big fishes. So I never showed that my eyesight was slowing me down. In fact, I tried to excel as much as I possibly could, so that no one would ever think that I was having problems. What the advice that I would give my younger self? That's tough because I am actually very happy with where I am. Maybe one thing.
Okay.
It's a good question, I guess, because I never looked into, and even if I did, the doctors never had an answer. They never told me how bad my eyesight was going to get. I was actually told it was just going to get crappy. Like they told me my eyesight was going to be crappy. And I remember being 17 and not being able to get my driver's license. Do I have a drink up here somewhere? Oh, there we go. And I was like, that's crappy. I'll never be able to drive a car. That is really crappy. And I was really upset about it. Now, if they had told me, 20 years later or less, I wouldn't be able to see anything or walk down a sidewalk on my own. If they told me that, I wonder if it's hard because I worked so hard that got me to this place where I'm successful and I can do more things because of the career path I took. But would I have worked less and taken a little more time to travel? Maybe a little bit. I always thought it'd be kind of cool to see the pyramids, and now I'll never see the pyramids. I thought it'd be cool to go to Greece and see where my grandfather, my papu, grew up, and I'll never see that. So I guess those are regrets. I wish I traveled a little more when I could still see the world. How you doing over there, Brooks? How many calls?
Just turn back up
Yep.
and see if there's still people on the line.
We got anybody here? I hear someone.
Yes,
Yes.
you're Greek.
Hello?
I'm Greek as well.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
from Massachusetts.
Okay,
Yeah.
multiple people
Yeah.
still.
So you still
What area?
I have no idea.
What
I
area
already closed
area
Stack
of
and reopened it.
Massachusetts?
seriously?
Yeah.
Can you?
Pete grew up in Winchester, Massachusetts.
I think he was. Wait, were you asking what part of Greece my family was from, or where I grew up?
No, Massachusetts.
Oh, yes, I grew up just north of the city. Matt, you would
Do
like
you
to
know
give out
New
my social
Bedford,
security
Matt?
number and mother's maiden name too next.
I think it's okay. I think people know you're like if you look into it, it says where you're from.
I don't think anybody's gonna track you down, Pete.
That's good.
Certainly not in Winchester because he just hasn't been back there in 8 years.
I won't see him coming.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
I have one more question.
Go ahead.
If you could give chat one piece of advice to live by, it could be anything. What would it be?
If I could give, what was it? If I could give
One piece of advice to live by, what would it be?
piece of advice to live by. Okay. I feel like I'm always like work related because work ends up being a big part of your life. You spend a lot of time at work and working on your job. And I feel like I knew more of them on the East Coast where people were like, this is a job. I do a job. I have a job. I make a paycheck. And then I go home and I work to play. But I feel like you want to do something. If you have to spend so much time in your life doing something, it should be something you enjoy. You love being with children.
I do.
And you're a nanny and you get to go to, you're like, I get to go to work.
Yeah, totally.
You say that. And I'm like, I get to voice act.
I'm happy. I'm like driving to work, and I'm like, I can't wait to get to work, and I
Yeah.
can see Finley.
Yeah, it's fun, and I'd like to say YouTube is a living, but it's not. It just costs me money mostly, so I won't claim that as a living. But my actual living, being a voice actor, is something that I worked really hard at because I enjoyed it. And as we talked about a couple minutes ago, I got beat down in the beginning quite a bit because I was horrible at it. But now as someone that books a lot and gets heard a lot, I really enjoy that every day. And Brooks, I feel like you enjoy what you do.
I do.
You do marketing. You do everything. You do film editing. You do SEO. You're going to school for a master's degree, and they're all in fields that you enjoy, right?
Yeah, and I think having something you do that's dynamic, where you're not just doing the same thing all day every day, that's really important for me because I'm a little ADD, so I like to bounce from one thing to the next. So that's what works for me.
I feel like is that bad? Is that bad advice to give work advice, Banana?
I don't think so. I don't think there's any rules.
And also I see. Let me piggyback on top of that a little bit. I think it's important if you have a skill, if you find that you're a talented person, if you happen to be someone who's really good at painting, and then you end up doing a job that's you're on phone sales or something like that. Please don't waste your talent. I think people that have natural skills, like talented musicians or singers, there's people with beautiful voices that are like, well, I'll never make any money as a singer. I'm gonna be a real estate agent, which that's not a bad thing either. If you're really into real estate, some people love the whole staging the homes and stuff like that. But if you're a person with a talent or a skill or an affinity towards something else, and then you end up doing a job that's completely different just because it's a job, that breaks my heart. I'm always, whenever I see talented people, I'm like, you need to do that for a living, and they always say well, it's so hard to make money as a painter, as a singer, as a writer. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty hard to make a living as a blind voice actor, but I figured it out. So there, two piggyback pieces. Is that okay? I feel like I'm getting vibes from you.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm putting it back.
That's all my questions. Thank you for this opportunity, and I hope we can stay in contact.
Well, thank you very much for that. You know where to find me.
Yeah. Thank you for your thoughtful questions.
Thank you for taking my call, and I hope you have a nice day.
Thanks a lot. All right, so if Nico, that's Nico, I think, if he can hang up, do we still have someone on?
Is anyone still on?
Hello?
I got two.
Yeah, I'm still on.
The kid, there's a kid, the younger voice has been waiting for a little bit, so let's hop over to him. What's your name?
My name is Oscar.
Talking to me?
No, there's two of you right now, and there's a young voice and an older voice. I want to hear the younger voice real quick.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes,
Go
you.
ahead.
Who's this?
Hi, my name's Oscar.
Oscar. Great name. Did you have a question? Thank you so much for hanging on through all of our stacked phone calls.
You showed a lot of patience.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
How old are you, Oscar?
So I have two questions for you.
Okay.
One is, what was your favorite voice acting job?
My
Good
favorite
question.
my favorite voice acting job was probably the very first movie trailer that I ever booked, and that was on SpongeBob SquarePants Sponge Out of Water.
I feel like I knew that answer if we were on like a dating show or something. Like, how well do you know your? Anyway.
I mean, that one was super fun, and there's a story behind it. But I want to hear his second question first. Oscar, you have a second question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
What was your funniest job that you did?
Funniest job that I did. I feel like I've done some, and Oscar's not going to stay up late enough for this, so I'm not sure. So I've done a handful of things on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, and he does you actually, Brooks got a huge kick out of the Kim Jong Un.
Oh yeah, that was so.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, now it was a bunch of. I have to use a word he doesn't know because he's really young. There were a bunch of phallic jokes in there. All right, I gotta move on.
Okay, anyway, move on.
So yeah, a late night television show parody might have been the funniest thing. Although maybe Oscar, you might know Ben 10. Have you ever seen the cartoon Ben 10?
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Okay, I was trying to think of something younger. I mostly do adult stuff. But anytime I get to play a character or do a parody or something like that is a lot of fun for me.
You did Ugly Dolls.
I was in an Ugly Dolls trailer, and I got to tell someone that they were ugly.
I was just thinking of like a kid movie.
I got to tell someone that they were not hot enough to be a model. Oh, if we could just do that in real life.
Yeah.
Oscar, thank you. Now we have another gentleman that's been on the phone waiting very patiently for a while. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Thaden.
Faden. Is it Faden?
Thaden.
Faden.
Aiden with an A.
Oh,
Like,
Faden.
Oh.
technically, yeah. Well, technically, no. It's spelled Theden.
I
Like,
got it.
you did.
All right.
my name.
Brooks got it. All right, Thaden, thank you for hanging on. I appreciate your patience.
Yeah. My
What do you
name
got?
comes from not Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings and stuff.
It does? That's cool.
Yeah, it comes from King Theoden.
Oh. They call Brooks
Or
Frodo
King
because of his hairy
Frodo.
feet.
They're also very large.
Yeah, right. Don't forget that part.
The not Frodo, I guess.
So my question is, I'm about to go to college for acting and stuff, and
Great.
I'm not quite sure like where necessarily to go after that because I don't know where to necessarily move or something like that. Like, would I go to like California or?
Act.
don't know.
So it's a little outside my realm, and some actors might want to correct me. But the route that I feel has been most discussed. This is what. So when I wanted to be a voice actor, they said go to New York, go to New York, go to New York. You have to be in New York. You absolutely have to be in New York. That's where everything is. There are a lot of opportunities. So if you're going to California, you're going to be running in a different circle of actors and acting and competing with people that are looking at different circles. I'm a little outside of my depth here, but I feel like the first thing you want to do is do it. Remember the old song? What was it? Sunblock? They said spend a year in New York, but leave before it makes you hard, and then spend a year in California, but leave before it makes you soft. Something to that effect. I might be misquoting. But as an actor, I feel like you want to experience both of those cultures and both of those coasts, but in that order. This is someone, I did New York and I've done California, and I'm glad I did them in the order I did them in, because if I went to California first and then I went to New York, I might have died. Like, you have to be, you have to get hard and deal with a lot of rejection and honest people, and it's a very different, fast-paced culture. But I believe if you are going to go through school, you'll probably get a lot of better advice from other people. But that would be the route that I'd say. Spend time in New York, learn from those people, and then come to California and start running in those circles as well. How are we doing, Brooks? With you still have like 1,000 people up there?
There's people calling in constantly. I could try closing the program and opening it up again.
Yeah, you want
Okay.
to try that real quick?
Let's try that.
All right. You
We're
know
gonna see
how
if we
to.
can simplify this.
All right, I click close, but it's still sending notifications. So it's like Skype is still quit Skype.
Oh, yeah. You have to quit it from the taskbar in the
Okay,
bottom
quit
right.
Skype.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's
Okay.
like completely gone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I think what happened, from what I heard, it sounded like it froze up and you were hitting accept, and then you accepted
Well,
like.
that's the thing is I was hitting
You
hitting the
hit
no,
multiple.
but I think it was like off and hitting accept. All right,
Okay.
so we're back in. To Skype.
Okay.
So
So do I need to set your status to active?
there we go. All right, we'll take one call.
What? Okay.
Do
So there's 3 people calling.
it. Yeah,
Oh, we'll get one.
just hit one of them.
Yep.
All right, there's one person on. What is your name? Oh, I hear you. I hear you.
So it just froze up again.
Oh no, it froze up?
Yeah.
We are hardwired in on a landline.
Want me to leave the room?
Bananas bad
I'm
luck.
a technology jinx.
Is it
It's like the click is stuck right now.
is the whole computer
Oh my god.
Oh,
Someone's
we
on.
got someone. Hey.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
I hear you. Oop,
What's your name?
I want to ask you, what do you have? What is your blindness?
What is my blindness? It is called Stargardt's disease, and it is a defect on the ABCA4 gene that slowly causes you to lose your eyesight from the center out over time.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, like, can you fully not see?
I can see light and dark. I don't know if I saw that or if I felt it, but
It
something
was
just fell.
Yeah, Skylar just jumped.
Oh, I just heard it. It's there's not much left. There's light perception. Sometimes I can catch a little bit of motion, but I no longer can look in the mirror and go, man, that guy is handsome. I just have to assume.
Okay, well, bye. Have a great day.
Thank
You
you. Day.
Single call.
Single
is
call.
On now.
On now. Who's this? I hear somebody who just. Oh, they hung up. Did I scare them?
Yeah.
All right, one more.
We got
Hello.
another one.
I hear you. Who's
Oh,
this?
hey. This is Kenneth from New York.
From New York, the city I was just speaking glowingly about. What's going on?
How you doing?
Yeah, New York. Well, hi. I'm kind of surprised that I'm able to talk to you, and I'm very glad for this opportunity. Really.
Well, thank you for calling in. Thank you for getting through our
yeah.
5,000 calls.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just want to ask you, like, have you ever had to like deal with any mental problems really throughout your life?
Like depression or in that cat, like
Yeah.
Yeah, Maggie diagnoses me every other
Yeah,
week
all the
with
time. He's got lots of mental problems.
narcissism, autism.
I don't say you're a narcissist. I feel like that's the one that I don't say.
Yes, I will give this a little bit of time because it is important. I said I didn't want to do therapy sessions or anything like that, but it would be unfair to put out everything that I put out and have everybody expect that I was all happy all the time, because that is not the case even these days. I think the darkest times, the hardest times, were when I was really transitioning from the world of being sighted to not being sighted, living as a person who could fake sighted to a person that had to admit he was blind. That took a long time, and yeah, there's a lot of times when you wake up and that's hard to accept and hard to deal with, and then you realize that everybody in the world is going to be viewing you differently and you view yourself differently. That could probably be matched by the time when I was 8, 9, and 10 years old, and everybody I was in school with was going on with their lives as normal, and then I had to realize that I was going to need to do books on tape and have to do a bunch of different and extra things. It was hard. I went through some depression as a little kid. Dealt with it by staying busy. Competitive sailing, competitive swimming, competitive everything. Always constantly competing, and I think that's why surfing really brought me out of some depression, because I was going through it again before we moved out here. I wasn't able to compete in anything or do anything. I was just lifting weights and doing voiceovers, and then to get out into the ocean and meet new friends and work on a new sport and skill, it really helped me. But yes, I have definitely dealt with quite a lot of depression. I don't think anybody who has lost a major sense or gone through any loss in their life, which is everybody, hasn't been able or hasn't had to deal with some depression.
All right, next call.
Next call. Hello.
Hey, Hey, what's up?
How's it going? Who's this?
Aaron?
Aaron. Double A.
Yep.
Aaron. What's going on?
Nothing. I have one question.
Sure, go ahead.
If you could see one thing, what would it be?
That's a hard one. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Banana. I would like to see banana. That's and I know what people want when they ask that question. I do get it a lot, and I don't answer it in the comments because I don't want to see one thing. Like I don't. If someone told me I could have my eyesight to see one thing, I'd probably say pass because that would just suck. Like because then I'd see that one thing and be like, great. So that's what I'm. Now I want to see other things.
Do you feel like you'd want to see yourself?
No,
Like,
I feel
see
like
how
that would
you've
be no.
aged
Well, that would be
type thing?
scary as hell. Because the last time I saw myself, I was like a lot younger. If they showed me, I might be like, "Dad, is that you?"
What about a wave?
I really don't. I think I would pass. I think if I had to see one thing, I might pass on it because it would just bum me out. Like, oh, that's what vision's like. Like, I don't want my sight to see a thing. I want my sight to, and I don't even want to see things. Like I talked earlier about like wanting to see the pyramids or see Greece. Like those aren't really why I want my eyesight. I want my eyesight so I can like find my pen when I drop it on the ground or just kind of like pick my way through an unfamiliar environment. I want my eyesight for the most basic things in the world. Like if I put my sunglasses down, I don't remember exactly where. It's like an hour and a half of trying to feel around. Like I just want my eyesight back for the most basic stuff. There isn't a specific thing I want to see or specific thing I want to do. I just want my life to be easier again.
Even though this would be a lame answer because we shouldn't be as addicted to our phones as we are, but I wonder if you would really enjoy not having your phone have to talk out loud to you.
Oh, dream come true.
Right? Like, yeah.
If I could turn off the text to speech, for some reason I thought you were going to be like, wouldn't you like to see all the stuff on social media?
No. I was just, because I feel like of all the things in the world, the answer shouldn't be like, I want to see my phone. But it's something that we use all the time.
Yeah, I want to turn off
super annoying to
yes.
listen to the robot voice. I mean, not at all.
Yeah, no. But I thought you were going to go with like, would you like to see things in your phone?
No,
I mean, I've heard Brooks's Instagram is full of a lot of hot chicks. So like, these are things I'd like to see.
Good hear from me.
I had the volume down. You want to grab another one?
Yep.
All right. We will see if it's ringing. It's still ringing. Click just once.
Click one. See if it connects.
Hello?
Oh, I think
it's frozen.
No.
I feel like it's going to connect this time.
There's two people ringing. We got one on.
Is someone on?
Is somebody on?
Did it freeze again?
Yeah, it's just frozen between the call.
Do you want to restart? Because I have a question. I'm so bummed out too. Like they're calling.
Yeah, I should probably close it out.
Yeah.
All right.
So one person. You're just gonna restart the whole program again?
Yeah, it literally just shut itself down.
Okay. So someone had asked me what was I think they said my favorite voiceover gig, and I said the trailer for SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water. Do you remember the night I got that job? You should. Banana.
I'm thinking. Not necessarily.
I'm gonna try to take a call here.
Oh, okay. You'll get that. Hello.
It's like not.
Oh, I think I do remember that night because we were at Luke's Liquors trying to buy.
Is Skype just not like?
It's not like.
Did you restart the thing before?
I just restarted it.
You did?
Yeah.
And it still won't answer?
See, someone's on now.
Oops, someone's on. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello?
we got you.
Wait, hold on. Who's this?
Who's this? Who's this? What are you, a telemarketer?
Yo, no way, bro.
You called me. I didn't call you.
What's your name?
Bro. IRL. My bad.
You got Maggie Mouth
I
over
know. I
there.
was gonna say.
Swearing.
Yeah.
My name is Rocky.
Rocky.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my, bro.
Do you have a question, Rocky?
Bro, I love that little stuff. Yeah. So two things. So like, if you don't mind telling us, when did you start going blind? if you don't mind me asking.
It's a hard question because it went a very when I started when I was born, which we didn't realize until I was 8. I was born with a disorder that I was born with perfect 20/20 eyesight. Well, actually, when you're born, you have crappy eyes, right? Is that true? Okay.
Yeah,
I was born with crappy eyes like every baby. Then they got good, and they started deteriorating immediately. And I have answered this before, so I'm going to speed talk through it. We noticed that it was getting bad when I was about 8. It was noticeably bad when I was about 16, and when I was in my mid-20s, it was pretty rotten. I was missing a large part of my central vision, and they told me that's all I was going to lose, and they were very wrong, because after the 20s is when it got really bad. So, I had a long time. It's not like someone asked me today in a comment, they're like, what was it like waking up blind? I'm like, where'd you get that idea? Like, that's not how it happened. It was a slow-moving genetic disorder. So, but we knew from a very early age. I was a little 8-year-old kid, and they're like, your eyes are going to crap out.
What's the second question?
And the second question is, Rocky?
If you don't mind, can I shout out my channel? I've been trying to earn some money for vehicle repairs.
What do you? I'm putting it up to the vote.
No, we're gonna.
Oh, that was a no. Sorry, Rocky. Trigger finger Brooks over there said no.
I clicked on answer.
I'm gonna have to buy like a program that accepts like 95 calls at once.
I'm gonna click again.
Okay.
Hopefully we don't have 2.
I think. Yeah, just don't click it like 9 times again. I can
Okay.
do.
Someone should be on right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone's on now. Hello.
Yeah. Can I shout out my channel? I've been trying to earn some money for vehicle repairs.
Hello?
Hello. I hear one person, and something in the background. Who's this? Oh, he's watching.
My name is Theo. Yeah.
Okay,
Wow,
now we can hear
such
you.
a delay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
turn off the YouTube volume in the background. You got me live.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, overall, yeah, I just want to say hi. My name is Theo. I'm from the Philippines. I've been a big fan of watching your YouTube ever since, I saw you one time on YouTube Reels and I was like, whoa, this guy's cool. He's surfing blind. I couldn't do that. I usually go surfing, so it's on the beaches here, like in Balear.
Have you ever tried to, on your surfboard in the Philippines, have you ever tried to close your eyes and go for a wave just for the fun of it?
Yes, definitely. I just tried to dive right through the wave, don't ride it.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
That's fun to hear that the videos are I get notes from people all the time. I have a woman, I think it's a woman, who's commenting constantly in South Africa, which is 10,000 miles away from where we are. We got people up in British Columbia that comment all the time. It's really cool to hear that you're watching them in the Philippines, and cool to hear that you're surf. How is the surf in the Philippines right now?
To be fair, I haven't surfed in 2 months, and I'm planning to go soon. But overall, I just wanted to call in because right now I'm stuck in a rut where, I just got laid off, so now I'm just looking for a new job. And suddenly you went live, and I was like, just for the heck of it.
That's awesome.
Killing time in between the job hunt. No, I appreciate your giving us a call. I hope you can find new work. Being laid off is the scariest thing that I've ever experienced. More than being told I was going to lose my eyesight. Being told I was going to lose my job. I was like, what? What's happening here?
Wake up.
All right, next one.
Next one, we got someone on. Hello?
No problem. Bye.
No, I don't think you do.
I heard someone for a second.
Someone else there?
Is there someone else there?
Oh, okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That was great. Hello.
Hey, could you say my name?
I don't know your name.
Aaron Cole Wilson.
Aaron Cole Wilson.
Banana did it pretty good. If you want me to say it really cool, that might cost a few bucks, but Aaron Cole Wilson.
Yep. Say Weston James Aiken, please.
What, am I doing a voicemail greeting here?
I'm like, wait a minute.
So you're gonna call Aaron Cole Weston tomorrow, and
Yeah,
it's gonna be
it's
like,
gonna be on his
you reached the
voicemail.
voicemail of Aaron Cole
Exactly.
Weston.
We got a new guy on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, who's this?
Elijah.
Elijah.
Or you can call me Eli.
Eli. What's
I
going on, Eli?
So I have a question.
Cool.
What is probably one of your hardest things that you have to do when you're blind?
Wait, say it again.
The hardest thing to do, no, the hardest thing, one of the hardest things you have to do when you're blind. I feel like I have to do a mild callback to what I just said, but there isn't one specific thing. The hardest thing to do when you're blind is
surf.
surf. No, it's honestly just live. Like everything becomes harder. Like I can't find what I want in the freezer. I can't, look through my phone like I used to. I know everybody wants to, like, what's the one hardest thing? Like everything is equally as hard. Everything that I haven't memorized, done in rote, or have help with is extraordinarily difficult.
What about like navigating a new space? Like if we go to a new restaurant.
Okay, you know what? If there was one thing that I suppose that would be it, because everything else is frustrating. Not being able to find stuff or see what I want to see, but going to a new location that I've never been to before, that is stressful and hard. And Banana is a great guide. Brooks is trying to sell me to the cartel. That video came out today.
Big payout.
Yeah. Watch.
It's been the long game. Huh?
Actually, if you want to see that in action, the video that I posted today, I think it's called "I'm Most Scared Win" or "I'm Really Scared Win," on the Blind Surfer YouTube channel. If you watch, everybody's gonna drop off. Don't drop off right now. But after this thing is over, at some point today, watch the most recent video, and it's me in an unfamiliar space with an unfamiliar person. That is highly scary to me because I can walk into stuff, I can bump into things, I can get hurt really bad. Like when you fall down, you're not expecting it. You can get hurt. So yeah, thank you, Banana. I didn't know the answer to my own question.
All right, we'll take another call.
How's the fan mail that you get?
Oop.
We can't hear him.
Let's see if we can answer. I keep looking over there, like I'm going to see what
I know.
you're
I
doing.
keep looking too.
I know there's
Like,
something
I'm
happening
gonna
over there, so I do that all the time. We do have someone. Hello.
Oh.
It's you.
You made it through. What's your name?
Wait.
I missed it.
I missed it too. What was your name?
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Liam.
Liam.
Nice.
Often known as a shortened version of
Wait,
William.
let me pause the YouTube.
Yes.
Hi. Sorry. I'm calling from Canada.
Cool. I mean, A.
Yes.
Sorry.
Very nice up here. I just have a question.
Yeah.
I have like 2 questions for you.
Yep.
Do you ever feel like people treat you a lot easier because you're blind?
They treat me easier because I'm blind.
Like better?
No, not better. I feel like people. I actually
Like
feel
more,
like people.
gentle towards.
No, I actually feel like people don't know how to treat a blind person. I feel like when they try and be nice or gentle or extra caring,
Yeah.
they kind of come off as weird, sometimes condescending. It's hard for anyone to interact with something they don't understand. And I feel like also because blindness is a spectrum and people don't know what to expect from me, they don't know how to. I actually feel like I get more weird encounters than anything else. I think we made an entire series out of that, Brooks.
Comments sometimes, like the new comments that are dumb. I replied to a comment about someone who was like, "Oh, you should just get glasses."
Yes.
So do you get a lot of stupid comments like that? But like, how many?
Do I get a lot of stupid comments? We can. This is something. I got the volume down.
Oh, I just answered a different call.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Well, and it's.
Hello.
Hello. Hold on. You
Hi,
stay
you
right
get
there.
the
I want to
stream.
finish.
Hold up.
I want to finish answering Liam's last question real quick. Do I get a lot of stupid? Yes. And I vowed at people make New Year's resolutions at the beginning of 2024. I said I was going to deal better with the stupid comments because they're not stupid. People aren't. I think most people aren't stupid, and most people aren't.
Well, some people are being jerks when they're like, "You're faking it."
Well, that
like,
when I get it, you're faking it. But I need to be better with the people that clearly don't understand because I get frustrated. I'm like, how do you not know the answer to this? I mean, because we all live with what I'm doing every day, especially me and Banana. And so sometimes I take those questions personally when they really are just asking. So, but how many do I get a day? Like 250?
Yeah,
And
definitely-
that's just the annoying
definitely
ones.
a daily occurrence. Okay, let's move to the court.
Sorry. Go ahead. We got someone on right now. Hello?
Hello,
Hello. Who's this?
I am Oliver. I'm calling from local California.
Oliver. Let's go. Did you say local California? Like you're my neighbor, or is that the name of a town I don't know?
I don't know, just California.
Okay.
I like how you phrased it, and I like your name.
That is smart. Yes.
Like I know where you live.
Oh, great. What's going on, Oliver?
Not much. I was just calling to see if you would answer. Honestly, I was just curious.
That's up to Brooks, really. He's I give you a B- so far, Brooks.
Yeah, I'm not doing the best job.
Do you happen to have a question now that you're on the line?
I had one. I forgot what that specific one was, but can't think of one. What was your emotion when you first were told, "Oh, you're gonna go blind"?
I was like, man, being blind is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to do this. I'm sorry, Oliver. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, it was. I've muted him for now. I had no emotion because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how far it was going to go, how bad it was going to get. The doctors also didn't necessarily know.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, you didn't know what was gonna happen, so it was hard to really have.
Yeah,
emotion attached
I
to
didn't.
that.
I didn't know what it was going to mean. I didn't know what it was going to mean for my life. And people always told me, you know, because from an early age, I was always overcoming, finding ways to do different things. And every time it got worse, people are like, oh, you'll find a way. You'll overcome this. You'll overcome that. And I guess I've continued to do that. But it's a stacking ladder of difficulty as I lost more eyesight and tried to do more things. I mean, trying to become a voice acting, novel writing, surfing blind guy is, that is a difficulty level that I wouldn't take on in a one-day thing. It's over time, a lot of time. You have to make a lot of compensations and learn to live differently. I never really took it as an emotion in the moment, but I took it on as a completely different mindset for the rest of my life, that I would be facing challenges, not just day to day and not just hour to hour, but minute to minute. My life has become a lot of challenges stacked on top of each other, and I had to learn how to deal with those and keep moving through my life. If that makes sense. How's that, local
Well,
Oliver?
thanks for answering the call.
Yeah, thank you for
absolutely.
calling. Enjoy California.
See you in the neighborhood.
Later, neighbor. Hello. Welcome to my amazing show. Who's this? Someone just fell down.
You just drop the phone? That's what I would do.
I hope you have life alert, because it sounds like there's a problem going on over there. I think we need...
Screaming.
That was a lot.
There's a new one on.
Hey, who's this?
This is Russ.
Russ, where are you at?
Twin Falls, Idaho.
Idaho. What's going? I am the voice of Cannonball 101 in Idaho Falls, Idaho. I don't know how far away that is from you.
No.
What's your...
It's a couple hundred miles.
Oh, it's a little out of the
Idaho's pretty
broadcast
big.
range. What's your question, Russ?
I just wanted to talk to him about my brother-in-law's mother-in-law had a boyfriend that had the same condition as Pete.
So the brother-in-law's mother-in-law's boyfriend had the same condition as me. That is quite the connection.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. It's a very small number of people in the world that have Stargardt
we have a
disease.
new person
Oh, we
now.
got someone new on there.
Yeah.
We seem to have lost Idaho Falls, but we're on to the next one.
Pete Banana, what's up?
What's going on? Do you have a brother-in-law's mother-in-law's cousin that has an ABCA4 issue on their genes?
Not the case. I'm a different dude. Greetings from Miami, first of all.
Miami.
You're a badass.
What's going on?
So originally, I'm from Detroit, and you're the voice of my hometown Riff.
101
And
WRIF. It's my longest-standing
dude.
radio client.
Is that right?
Yep.
I've heard you on there for so many years and stumbled upon your YouTube video, and I had no idea you were the voice of it, and I think that is badass, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, so many people don't make the connection between, because Pete's on tons of radio stations.
I was the voice of the Dolphins
I've
for a long time. Now in Florida, where can you hear me on? Shoot, there's a bunch of stations in Florida I'm on at, but that's I love it when people recognize me from Detroit. They've got Dave and Chuck the Freaker in the mornings, and they got a big following. And apparently, what their fans are into, mine are into, because there's a lot of crossover.
very similar sense of humor for sure, man.
Nice. So what's going on?
Not so much. I was wondering if you actually ever listen to the station. If not, what is your musical preference? What do you like to listen to, man?
I actually like the riffs music. I'm kind of all over the place with my musical taste. I kind of burn a genre. You know, I listen to it like nonstop, and then I need to switch over to something else. I went through. I mean, I loved '90s alternative for a huge portion of my life. I love Metallica. But right now, I'm on a big, and I think Banana kind of hates it, but I'm on a big 80s kick. Like, I'm totally going back and listening to a lot of Tears for Fears and Huey Lewis and Billy Idol. But yeah, if I'm doing a workout and most of my day in the background, it's a lot of the rock from Detroit's own Pop Evil to Metallica and just anything Five Finger Death Punch, Avenged Sevenfold. I generally have a hard edge to what I like, I think.
You've got some great taste, my man. All excellent choices. So very cool.
Well, thank you for calling.
Yeah, good to hear from you, man.
Thank you. How are we on time, Brooks?
All right.
5 exactly. We'll take a couple more. Who's this?
This is Sam.
Sam, what's going on?
Not much, man. I kind of wanted to just chime in on this, and I happened to see that you were live, and I had to go and watch. Of course, as always, you have been an absolute inspiration to want to become a voice actor.
I noticed your voice right away.
Yeah, Sam has a good voice.
Yep.
Thank you. And this is kind of the gig that I had for you. I hope you're ready for it.
Okay. New job, Banana.
One man defying the odds, surfing blind. Name Pete Davis.
Pete
what? But then, it's Pete Gustin.
There we go.
The blind surfer.
Good. I can retire. I am now done with voice acting.
Yep.
Sam, you can take all of my work for me. I'm going to go on vacation. I'm going to go down to the Philippines. I'm going to go to Miami. Everybody that called in, I'm going to go to their hometown, and I'm going to surf because you got my job now.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
I love the character of your voice, by the way. Just do you. Just do. If you're gonna do voice acting stuff, do your voice, and you got a lot of fun character in your voice. So do you, Sam.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys. You guys are the best.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, so 4 coming in.
4 coming in constantly. Who's this? How's it going?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, sorry. I think I'm calling the wrong person.
Yeah. All right. It's okay though. I know that was mean. I shouldn't have been mean. I'll be nice to this person. Hello, person. Hello. Ooh.
Hey.
Oh, he's just on delay. He's got the phone in the background. Hey.
How's it going?
He's.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey there.
What's up?
3, 2.
I was just wondering if you have any tips for motivation.
Tips for motivation.
I like this
It's actually
question.
a good question.
Yeah.
Took a second to get there, but tips for motivation. My motivation is 100% fear-based. Fear of failure, fear of looking bad in front of other people, fear of the unknown. But to stay motivated, it is, for me, as simple as picking a point in the future that I would like to be at, whether it's, maybe a couple years ago I said I wanted to be at this point where I had a successful YouTube channel, or 10 years ago I said I wanted to be at a point where I was going to be a very successful voice actor who was doing TV promos and movie trailers. And staying motivated for me, because of the way I'm wired, is waking up every day and going, I'm not at that point yet. What steps do I need to take today to get to that point? And every day I would make some steps for that. When I was trying to do voice acting today, I'm going to take an acting class. Tomorrow I'm going to take a voice and articulation class. Following day, I'm going to be listening to other successful voiceover people and trying to see what they do. And then on the 4th day, I might do some demo work, do something, that I was developing my demo at the time. And the fifth day, maybe I'd do an audition or two. And those were all steps towards that ultimate goal. So for me, motivation is a daily thing. And am I going to be making forward progress every day?
Right. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
let's
absolutely.
do
Thanks for
one
calling.
more because we're past 5 o'clock, right?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Last, if we can get.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello. Bring us home strong.
Hello?
Yeah, I got you. Who's this?
Hey, Pete. First of all, hello from Long Island.
Long Island.
I've been a big fan of you for a while now, actually. I've been watching your channel for like 2 years.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate that.
That's I like to hear that because we used to do long format, and I don't know. I like. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Jacob. I wanted to ask you, do you have like any preference for like surf brands or anything?
I don't. Well, I guess I should give credit where credit is due. One of the best surfers in the world for a long time, and one of the greatest people I've ever met, by the name of Rob Machado, makes Machado surfboards. He was that dude. Like, I reached out to him and I was like, I'm having issues with the board I'm riding. Can I talk to you? I'm like, I'm a blind guy and I'm trying to surf. And he's like, yeah, come on over to my house tomorrow night. Like, he didn't know me from a hole in the wall. He just invited me over to his house. And beyond that, I went to his house and he gave me the surfboard that he was riding.
Yeah, he let him borrow his surfboard.
His board, like, it was still wet. Like, he'd been and people get a little, possessive of their boards. And the one that he'd literally been riding earlier that day, he gave to me to ride, and it was an amazing board. I told him I really liked it, and then he had a copy of that board built and gave that to me. Then my next board was a slightly shorter one. He built that one for me, and the one I ride now, which is a little bit more of an advanced performance board, is another one that Rob Machado made for me. So I am partial to the boards that he makes and the kindness that he showed me.
Wow, because I wanted to see, as a blind guy, do you have like any preference for like brands where you could like feel anything out or anything like that?
That's actually an interesting question, maybe more than you'd realize. I don't like long boards and I don't like thick boards because I don't have sight on the water. Obviously, all I have is what I can feel. So I like to ride the shortest board that gets me as connected to the water as possible, because all I have is what I'm feeling and what I'm hearing, and that's how I connect what I'm feeling through the board to what I'm hearing on the water, and that's how I determine where I am and where to go and what to do next and what wave is safe and which one's going to crush me, and what I can do with it. So I like boards that help me stay super connected to the ocean. So I like to ride really light boards. If I can throw carbon fiber rails on there to even lighten it up a little bit more. Light, quick, and short is what I like to ride.
It's also important for you to be able to duck dive last minute, so a long board would not benefit you.
Yeah, I couldn't even get out to the outside on a long board. I would just get thrown backwards all day. So I like little short boards.
I like your question.
That was a good question.
Yeah, should be.
Wow, thanks, man. I'll keep on watching your channel. Keep on doing what you're doing. Peace.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Are we? Do you want to wrap? Do you want to do?
Yeah, we'll wrap it. So
Okay.
we have a couple super chats.
Okay.
Twistianity says, "Thank you for having me on your show."
Oh, nice.
That
Thank you
was
for the super chat.
$2.
Appreciate that.
Brian Murphy for 10. I think he's Scotland, right? Or...
Brian is his fire truck replica, I think, is behind you right now. Brian is a really amazing guy. He's actually the one. Brian has it's funny, I'm gonna end talking about Brian. Big heart, nice guy. He's gone through some crap lately. His house got broken into. They stole everything, including his dog. Yep.
Yeah.
His puppy named Bailey, but I believe he got Bailey back. And for anybody that enjoys the Blind Guy unboxing videos, we just posted a short and a long form one of those yesterday. They're doing very well. Brian is 100% the guy behind that, he sent me a huge box of stuff from Ireland, and I just turned on the camera and started trying to figure out what all of it was, and that ended up becoming the very first Blind Guy unboxing. So if anybody sees Brian Murphy, Bryan Murphy, in the comments, give him a big thank you. If you like those videos, he's been nothing but supportive to this channel. He actually had offered for this broadcast to buy some gifts for people that were calling in, but logistically it was going to be a little difficult to get everybody's addresses and stuff. But he's been hugely supportive to this channel, and I appreciate everything he's done.
Yeah, he just said, "Yo, gang, just a quick hello and have a great live show. Won't get a chance to call. P, you're a legend. Happy Patrick's weekend."
Nice.
From Ireland. You got a happy St. Patrick's weekend from Ireland, Banana.
Yeah.
Well,
Irish
it's
girl
real,
over
that's
here.
all right.
And then Glitch Trap and Company said for $1.99 said, "This is very amusing to me for some reason." That was when we were having technical difficulties.
Because their name is Glitch Trap, basically,
Yeah.
probably.
Force Lander for $1.99 says hi. And then the Writing Sisters for $5 says, "Advice on sharing your story as a blind content creator. You're awesome. Your videos, hoping to share our messages with others."
I can give some quick advice on sharing not just your story as a blind content creator, but as anybody. The more real you can be, and it took me it's funny, it took me a long time to learn that in voice acting, I needed to give my voice as opposed to trying to sound like all the popular voices out there. And then when I started YouTube, I was performing. I saw what other people were doing, and I was trying to do what they were doing until I realized that I just had to share my story, my voice, my perspective, my life. And as soon as I started doing that, that's when people resonated. So authenticity is the biggest thing that you could aim for in life and on social media. And so I'd say stay authentic, stay true to yourself, and share as much as you feel comfortable with, because people will enjoy it.
Okay, and Dark Wolf for $5 says, "Hi from San Diego. Do you voice act for commercials and trailers only, or TV and movie characters as well? When will you ever voice a Bluey character?"
I don't do animation. Animation is outside my realm. In most animation work is done with table reads. You have to be in person up in LA until you become like one of the big people, and then you can do it from your house. It's a different end of the business. I do television promos, movie trailers. I do commercials, a little less commercial. If you're in San Diego, I am the voice of the San Diego Padres. You hear me doing all their commercials on the radio. And a lot of radio work. So yeah, and I've narrated 2 audiobooks. I also wrote them, but I did narrate them.
But that's it for Super Chats.
All
We
right.
did it. We did a call-in show.
Nice.
Tell them that we're going to do another one because everyone wants to.
Brooks has decided we're
Yeah,
going to do another one.
apparently there'll be a part 2.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Brooks is going to press your buttons and you're going to go away, but thank you.
I get to free Steve.
Free Steve!
How do I end this thing?
I don't know. There's got to be a button on there somewhere.
Whoops.
Should I just keep talking until you do?
Yeah, just keep.
I'm a little shocked at how many people.
I'm not shocked.